Okay. Hi, my loves. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. So we are going to get into the zodiac readings. I can't think, sorry, this evening. And we're actually intentionally looking at your placement from your Venus, okay? It could be in any house, but this is your Venus placement. So this could resonate for you or maybe for the cross watcher, right? Take what resonates and leave the rest. If this does so happen to resonate for you and maybe this isn't your Venus placement, maybe it's your sun, moon, or rising or any other placement you have in your chart, that's fine. Okay, I'm not stuck on the specific placement, but it may specifically hit harder for those with Venus in, said sign, right? Okay. Anyways, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to play different music here. Give me 1 second. Let's do this one.
Hello, my name is
that one is a guided meditation. Let's do this one. All right. So let's start from the sign of Aries, Venus in Aries, right? All right. Venus in Aries. Since the 7th house, and Venus rules the 7th house, right? Venus rules Libra, Libra rules the 7th house, and it's all about relationships. So Venus is all about relationships. Not necessarily romantic, but you may be watching this for romantic reasons, obviously. Most people do, but it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be platonic, right? It could be friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, children, grandchildren, so on and so forth, right? Relationships. All right. What's going on? Who are you connecting with? For those with a Venus in Aries? Or those just resonating in this energy at this time? Who are you connected with? Those with a Venus in Aries. Those with a Venus in Aries. I feel called to pull this card here. Ha! And we have Aries. Perfect. This could be confirming that you have Aries energy, or that your Venus specifically is in Aries, right? Or you could be connecting to somebody that perhaps has a Venus or strong Aries placements, right? Or they could just be in this energy. Take what resonates, leave the rest, right? Bottom of the deck is Taurus. Perfect. Venus rules Taurus as well as Libra. So we have some Venusian energy in the background there. Okay. So as far as who you are connected with, I do feel like most of you are in separation from this person. Maybe you haven't even met this person, but you fantasized about someone very much like this. Somebody with, Aries type of characteristics or qualities. Your perfect person maybe is charismatic. Maybe they are fit or athletic. They could be very independent. They march to the beat of their own drum. They don't care about what other people think of them. They just kind of do whatever, they want to do. You could fantasize about a person like this. Okay, or you could just be meant to meet someone like this, especially if this is from a romantic perspective. Excuse me. I do feel, though, that you're skeptical. Skeptical of lovers in general, or suitors in general. Maybe you demand that people prove themselves to you, or you're not somebody that jumps to conclusions, or you're not somebody that is no longer looking at love from rose-tinted glasses. Maybe you've learned from previous relationships or previous connections that just does not work. Okay? I also feel as if, you may be somebody that is very sensual, right? You want your romantic partner to know kind of what they're doing, not only in the bedroom, but yes, in the bedroom. But how to handle you, how to act in front of you, how to hold you in their arms, how to lead you in a lot of ways, especially if you are predominantly in a feminine energy. How do they take charge? Are they a gentleman about it? Do they present themselves as somebody that is a strong leader? Somebody that's secure within themselves? Because you're very much attracted to that very masculine energy. You're very strong yourself, and you need somebody that's even stronger. Okay, something that I'm getting here. All right, let's see what else here is going on. I feel really drawn to pull a card from this Lightworker Oracle. Let's see what this person is up to. Like, how do you know you've met this person, right? And to answer that question, let's kind of pull a card for what is this person up to. What are they primarily up to? What are they focused on? Ooh, okay. Too many cards. Okay, so we have this card on the bottom. I'll just show you this card. Alchemical Mutation. And this card really wanted to pop out, so I'm just going to pull this one. We have Trust in the Plan. Yes, number 13. This person definitely does have, some people may say, some people that know this person or that are connected to this person may say that they're a little foolish. Maybe you trust a little too much in this divine plan, that maybe this person is super spontaneous and acts first and thinks later kind of person, like the tarot card, the Fool, which again is Aries energy. Some say it's Aquarius or Uranus as well, but it's also Aries. So this person very much has the attitude, or let's say this person approaches life like the Fool does in the Fool card in the tarot. This person, as far as what they're focused on right now, they may be in school. I do feel like this person is absorbing information. They want to know everything about a particular subject or their passion. This is definitely somebody that when they take something seriously, they take a deep dive into whatever this is. And so this person is very much focused on that right now. This person can lock in or dial in their energy on something that they're truly passionate about. So yes, this person could be studying. So you may meet this person in school. Let's see, or you may meet this person while you're getting your education, or while you're learning something new. Okay, because I feel like this person is hyperactive. You're going to meet this person while they're doing something new or they're doing something active in their community. Let's see here. Let's pull some more cards. What is the nature of the connection right now between you and this person? The nature of this connection. The nature of this connection. Retreat in the reverse. We have two different cards. So we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And we also have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So excuse me. I do feel like this is somebody you're meant to marry, or at least be in a relationship with for some kind of long-term commitment. Doesn't necessarily have to be marriage, or you don't have to be legally married to this person, but I feel like most of you will be, especially with this Taurus energy here and with the finances and career card. Stability is going to be very important to you. Okay, you could also have Taurus in your chart as well, even though we're looking at Venus and Aries, right? Oh, take what resonates though, right? Don't get too caught up on all that. I do feel like you'll know when you meet this person, if you're resonating with this so far, because you'll feel at ease. You'll feel like you don't have to worry. And maybe that's unlike you, because maybe you're worrywart and you feel like you're the only one that somehow is concerned about the future and the consequences. And maybe you like to plan for, you like to have a plan A, plan B, plan C. But with this person, they take control, and you like that. You like that you're finally able to trust someone so much that you can let go and be in your feminine energy again, especially if you resonate with a more predominantly feminine energy, right? Actually, let's pull some tarot before we pull any more oracles. They're telling me not this deck, even though I was going to use that deck for all of the signs in this series of readings. Okay, I had to follow my gut, right? One more shuffle, I promise. And then we'll start to pull cards. Your journey to meeting this person, if you have not yet already. Those with a Venus and Aries, or those just resonating in this energy. Okay. On the deck, we have 7 of Arrows in the reverse, and it says insecurity. All right. Let's see what we have. The King of Arrows, the Kingfisher. The 8 of Vessels in the reverse. Ooh, okay. So the first thing I'm getting here is that when you meet this person, or when you're coming close to meeting this person in your vicinity, you're gonna feel like you're down and out. Okay, something is not gonna work out in your favor, okay? Maybe you didn't get the reward. Maybe you didn't get the job. Maybe somebody else disappointed you. Maybe you felt betrayed by other relationships in your life. Platonic, romantic, don't matter. But yeah, you just feel like it's up to you to pick up the pieces once again. And I feel like this won't be the first time. This will be like the second or third, maybe even for some the fourth time, right? But this isn't your first rodeo. Second and third is sitting out to me. So maybe that resonates for most of you. But again, if it resonates, it resonates. And here comes this King of Arrows. This person could also have air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But they are in this air energy upon meeting you. I do feel like, again, they are hyper-focused on something here. Maybe when you're meeting this person, they are working on their graduate degree or some kind of higher degree, or they're a very business-minded, maybe individual, and they're just focused on the tasks that they need to check off for the day. Okay, so this person is a strategist, which is kind of interesting because we have a little bit of a paradox in a way, where this person is, like we said, spontaneous. Some people would describe this person as not thinking things through or acting before they think. However, there's this other side to them. I do feel like it's when this person is serious about something. That's when they're able to lock in and dedicate themselves and be consistent. Okay. But yes, maybe for the most part, this person does like to take risks outside of maybe work or outside of career plans. But I feel like there's at least two sides to this person. Okay, let's see what else. The Page of Bows in the reverse, the Stoat. You may be younger than this individual. Like, this person could be Don't come for me. We're talking about people that are of age, right? But this person, if we're talking about college, right, could be a professor. Or again, maybe they're further along in their studies and maybe you just started, you know. But there's this energy here of, I'm new here. Or maybe you are just moving into an area, or you've just started a new job, okay? And this person I feel like is more established. Wherever this is, whether it be school, whether it be work, whether it be because you literally just moved geographically, this person is more established here. We have the Four of Stones in reverse. You may feel alone, okay? So wherever you're moving to, maybe you don't have friends and family in that area. Or maybe you could be at a distance from family. And you feel like you could use the support of others, you know. But it's hard when you're a homebody and you don't really like putting yourself out there, or maybe you like your circle to be really small. Maybe you do like to go out, but you like your circle to be really small and you don't necessarily care to make new connections. Or the idea of making brand new connections is really daunting, and having to start over is very daunting as far as building relationships with others. But this person is somebody that will be able to help you, because this person is hyper independent. Okay. I feel like this person is going to run into you. That's what I feel. It's almost as like this person is moving in your direction. Again, this person likes to move around, so tell me about this connection. Venus and Aries. Justin Timberlake is playing in my head. That goes around, comes around song or whatever. I don't know. Maybe this person likes Justin Timberlake. Maybe they like that specific song, or maybe they kind of think about that song often because I don't know, maybe they were done wrong in the past and they're like, I'm just going to keep focusing on me. And, you know, I think the universe will take the rest, because what goes around comes around. All right. We have this card here. Number 30. You may be 30 when meeting this person, or this person may be 30. Doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? Or you could be in your 30s. You don't necessarily have to be 30, but you could be in your 30s when meeting this person. But again, don't get too caught up on that. This person could also have had a kid or kids from a previous marriage or relationship. Okay. So I feel like this person is going to be interested in courting you. This person will want to get to know you. They're very focused on you when meeting you. But it almost feels as if you're not sure about this person. Like your mind is elsewhere, your attention is elsewhere. You're not sure about this stranger kind of almost thinking like stranger danger. I don't really know if I should be here right now. I don't know if I should be out with you. I don't know if I can trust you. This person is someone that is aware that, especially if you are a feminine energy in a woman's body, right, that women tend to be more physically vulnerable. And so I feel like this person will have taken that into consideration, or they're just going to be really patient with you. Okay. Because I know you're not very open to this at first. Let's look at what is the biggest obstacle, and then we're just gonna move on. Can't stay here forever. What is the biggest obstacle that you both will have to work through with those with this Venus and Aries energy? Love. On the deck we have this rose. It says beauty, but you know, every rose has its thorns, right? So I do feel like you're a bit of a prickly pear. This person isn't perfect either. You know, maybe sometimes they could be a little aloof, detached, cold. But they definitely are physically attracted to you. But the main challenge here is opening up your heart. This person too, I feel like they're not, although this person may have had previous relationships, maybe they're not very emotional. They're not much of a feeler. I feel like you're going to unlock these feelings of love in each other, which will be difficult because, again, I do feel like both of you have these insecurities. And under that, we have the sun. Yeah. So, again, this is healing the heart space, feeling rejuvenated, giving this person a chance as if you've never been hurt before, never loved before. Under that, look at that, we have the Fool card. In this deck, it's the Wanderer. It's the same thing in this deck. I do feel like eventually you're gonna let go, let your guard down, and see where this road will take you. We're gonna follow the rainbow here. You're gonna let go of that need to know, which is hard for you because I do feel like those that are resonating with this, you always think worst case scenario. And, you know, again, you're not really sure about new people, so that puts you on edge even more. Okay. All right, let's move on now. We can't stick with that forever. So we're gonna move on to Venus in Taurus. For those with Venus in Taurus, or maybe your person has this placement, or you could just be resonating in this energy, okay? This could also be your sun, moon, rising, sure, but the intention, of course, is to look at it from the Venus placement, right? All right, Venus in Taurus. Who are you connected to with a Venus in Taurus? Show me. Ooh, Sagittarius energy. Bottom of the deck, we have Mercury. Interesting. Mercury, of course, rules Gemini and Virgo. This person could have those in their chart somewhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be. But I will say Gemini is the opposite polarity of Sagittarius, right? It's that 1-7. It's the opposite. So I think that's interesting. So maybe there's a bit of opposites attract here. Anyways, we are looking at Venus, right? Venus is that 1-7 connection. 7th houses from yourself, and you're the first house. So potentially you could have Gemini somewhere in your chart. But again, it doesn't necessarily have to be. So who is this person? Kind of like the last reading, your person has a fiery nature to them. I do feel like this person also likes to take risks. This person is more grounded than the last person in the last reading. Yeah, this person likes to have their boots on the ground is something that I'm hearing. So maybe this person could have been in the military. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Or they could have served in the past. Or maybe they have a history of their parents and their grandparents serving, and maybe because of that they have that mentality as well. But this person is a warrior on some level. This person is also very fearless. This person believes in standing up for what is right. This person will put themselves out there on the line. And you over here, in this mercurial energy in this reading, this kind of inspires you, or it stops you in your tracks. I do feel like you're somebody that tends to mind their own business. You have a very transient energy about you. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. Where is, oh, here we go. I'm trying to pull the same cards. Pull from the same decks at least, just to make it fair and consistent. So I'll pull from this Lightworker Oracle once again. How do you know when you met this person? Let's see what they're focused on. When meeting this person, what are they focused on? Dark Night of the Soul, number 16. On the deck, Alchemical Mutation. Excuse me, let me take a sip of my tea over here. Okay. So this person has been through the ringer. This person knows what it's like to pick themselves up off the ground. This person embodies a lot of inner strength as well. So upon meeting this person, I do feel like this person would have discovered more about their spirituality or their connection with the universe, whether that be through religion or something more structured, or their own brand of spirituality. You know, maybe they've read up on, you know, other, you know, people's works. And they're trying to understand on a deeper level what this means for them on their journey. Okay, so when you meet this person will have really, in a lot of ways, have turned to God or have become a lot more spiritual, and that's where they have found their strength. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. What is the nature of this connection upon meeting this person, or maybe even in the present moment? What's the nature of this connection with Venus, Taurus? Okay, again, we have two different cards that want to show itself here. So we have forgiving and learning in reverse. This says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. But actually it tells me what wants to put it here, so I will, I guess. We also have wedding. The situation involves marriage. Bottom of the deck, everyone's favorite card, deception. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Okay. So I do feel like this person has to keep something under wraps. Okay. Maybe when you meet this person, they'll be married. Okay, or they're in another relationship or commitment, and maybe you see them go through a tower moment, a separation or divorce, or maybe they have huge arguments with their spouse or their partner. But this awakens them to something here. And what that is questioning why they're here, why they're committed to this. Is this the right person for them? You know, it breaks their, you know, belief barriers, if you will. And for this person, they have to learn the hard way. They wouldn't have never understood this lesson if they didn't personally go through it. You know, because maybe other people have told them, you know, like maybe that person isn't for you, especially, you know, if this person was married and it just wasn't working. And this person may have denied it and said, well, you know, I'm committed to this. You know, maybe this person's traditions or values or beliefs were very, very important to them. And they didn't want to let this go. Maybe this person was very strong, you know. Maybe, you know, to the point where they're just being straight up stubborn. Like, hey, maybe there is exceptions to the rule, because this person could be very loyal, right? But maybe there are exceptions, or maybe there is an exception to the rule. And that's, I feel like, what this person had to learn. Like, yeah, okay, you could have committed. You could have said your vows. But doesn't necessarily mean that it's meant to last forever. Sometimes we outgrow people, you know, and your soul growth comes first in spirituality. And unfortunately, you know, that comes with a lot of pain oftentimes, and heartbreak and disappointment and betrayal, because you learn through going through the most difficult lessons. That's where we grow the most. So yeah, this person, I feel like really had to experience this in order to really see why this doesn't work all the time. You know, their belief system isn't one size fits all. Okay, I'm gonna pull some tarot now. Let's see. I guess we're still gonna use this deck. I do feel like you are going to be single though when you meet this person. You will be single. And I do feel like you'll see this drama or you'll know of this drama. I do feel like when you meet this person though, it's like you see yourself in them. It's like it's like, this feels very much like a twin flame kind of energy to me. Of course, could be a very deep past life soulmate as well. All right. Tell me the story of meeting this person. For those resonating with Venus and Taurus energy. All right. The Wheel in the reverse. The Ace of Stones in the reverse. The Foundation of Life. The Five of Vessels, Ecstasy. The Four of Stones in the reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Stones in the reverse. So this person, upon meeting you, or right before meeting you, they feel very alone in their situation. And they're learning to dance in the rain. You know, they're trying to do the adult thing and try to make it work. I do feel like a lot of them are suffering in silence. Okay. With the Ace of Stones in reverse here, this may not be for everyone, but there could have been a passing. For some of you, maybe they end up losing this partner to a death. Or it's someone in their family or someone that's very, very close to them, someone that's very near and dear to their heart that they lose, that maybe they have to bury or lay to rest. But this causes a major shift in their life. It causes them to have to uproot their life. Because through this catastrophic event, they realize they're never going to be the same. They can never go back to how things were, or they can't, go through life business as usual. This is kind of what I'm getting here. So I do feel like it causes them to have to shift and change. They're very uncomfortable about it, but they know they got to do it. With the Four of Stones in the reverse, Again, maybe you could be finding out this information through, I don't know, maybe through social media, maybe through word of mouth that this person is going through that. But I feel like you're just going to be kind of sitting and waiting here. You know, I feel like this person has to approach you. I feel like they have to be ready for you. I do want to clarify this Four of Stones in reverse for where you'll be when meeting this person. Yeah, Five of Stones in the reverse. On the deck, Ten of Bows, responsibility. You're focused on other things. You know, I do feel like you have other responsibilities to juggle. You know, so I feel like you have your own stuff anyways to take care of. But you're very much alone over here. You'd rather not be, but you are. And I do feel like you're very protected on this journey while you do it. I feel like you're being watched over by your ancestors. Okay. I do feel like also you're going to constantly be moving and changing. So maybe these job opportunities that you're having are going to require you to relocate, you know? Okay. All right, let's see what actually, let's pull one of these cards. Show me more about this connection, Spirit, upon meeting this person for Venus in Taurus. Show me. So yeah, this person is going to come knocking at your door. Maybe not literally, but they have to be ready for you, you know, and you just have to be ready to receive. But this person is going to come to a place where they realize that they want to pursue you, you know. Okay. So be very careful, because I do feel like the situation is a bit tricky because it involves third parties here. And I do feel like that's where the deception comes through. Kind of interesting because we talk about them on their spiritual journey and their belief systems and all of that. But I feel like it's being more open to other beliefs and not just sticking to their old views and perspectives. Okay, so you're helping this person break free of this old paradigm, is what I'm getting here. Okay, that's what I feel. But I do feel this is a very transformative journey, okay? Those that resonated with this, again, you could be on a twin flame kind of journey, which I don't, me as a reader, also me as a person, I don't throw that around everywhere. So when I do mention it, I really do mean it. Okay. Some could resonate with that, if this reading resonated for you. Be good. Hold on, sorry, I have my bird with me and he's being a little naughty. Stop. All right, I'm gonna clear the air. And let's move on to Venus and Gemini, whether this be you or the person that you're going to be connecting with, or you could just be resonating in this energy, okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. For whatever reason, I feel drawn to, I was trying to keep it consistent, but I can't, apparently. So I was drawn to pull this crystal from my little baggie here. This is white onyx. So let's see here. For one, maybe you could be really into crystals. But let's see. But this also represents purification. And coming into alignment with your identity, who you are, who you're meant to be. So I do feel like this is the path of enlightenment in a lot of ways. Okay, let's see what else. Anything else? I'm hearing smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. So I don't know, maybe you really like butter. That's the easiest explanation. But I feel like something about rounded edges. An erosion. So I feel like from here on out, when you meet this person, it's going to be more smooth sailing. So you would have gone through quite a few relationships before, of course, we're talking about Venus and Gemini, right? Quite a few relationships before meeting this person. It's almost as if like when you meet this person, it's, you know, obviously beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? And there's no such thing as perfection, but I want to say the word perfect for you. This person is perfect for you. This opportunity is perfect for you. You are perfect for this person. You know, it's kind of like you, kind of like molding you or molding this person into the perfect fit, the perfect time. This is alignment. That's part of the reason why we're talking about enlightenment here. But let's see what's going to come through the cards. All right, let's see what's going on here. Venus and Gemini. Who will you be connecting to with this placement? Uranus. But on the deck, we have Taurus energy. So, this person, they may have a lot of hobbies, or maybe they have a lot of interests, or they're very, very dedicated to their interests, and they also may be a collector. So I do feel like this person has some like OCD sort of OCD tendencies, let me put it like that. That's what it feels like to me, to where they're very much a perfectionist, like everything needs to be in its right place. They're very particular about how something may look, especially if they care about it a lot, or they care about their collection a lot. And they're very much happy with that, honestly. I feel like this person is happy kind of in their own world. I also want to say that Uranus in this modern day and age rules Aquarius, and which is a fixed sign, and bottom of the deck, right, we have that Taurus energy, and Taurus is also a fixed sign. So I want to say that the both of you have some kind of fixed qualities, or you guys mirror fixed qualities. Because I do feel like this person does not like change. This person likes to be uninterrupted when they're focused on something. They might actually get really angry or frustrated with anyone, including you, if you were to disturb them while they're in their flow. I do feel like you are very attracted to how much they know about this subject, or these subjects that they're very, very hyper focused on, or they're interested in. Because I feel like you really like information as well. And so it's kind of like you're intrigued by what they're interested in or what they know. And maybe they can share a different perspective or embody a different perspective than what you're used to, or than what you know. Okay, let's see what else we have here. You could be more social than this person. Okay. Grounding. 15. Yeah. Again, I do feel like this speaks of this person's dedication. This person is very dedicated to the point where it almost seems as if like this is an act of worship. You know, this person may have like some kind of strict routine, or again, a specific practice that's really special to them. And this may not have to be spiritual, but for some that could be the case. You know, maybe they have mantras that they regularly practice, or if this is, you know, from a spiritual perspective, or if it's not, you know, again, like their work is very important to them. The details of their work can be very important to them. You know, maybe this is manifested as them as an artist, as a creative. And so again, their work is sacred to them. I feel like that's what this person will be really focused on upon meeting them. This person may also have a special connection to Mother Nature, or maybe specifically plants, or, you know, we were drawn to rocks, so maybe like, you know, gemstones or crystals, maybe minerals, right? Things that come from nature and Mother Earth. Maybe they have a very special connection. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Let's see what the nature of this connection is upon meeting this person, or currently if you already met this person. What is the nature of this connection? Okay, We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. What also wanted to come out was this very soon in the reverse. This says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Under that is new love in the reverse as well. And then, but the other card was healing family issues in the reverse. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This person, for some of you, could already be a parent. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Could be for some. Or they could be responsible for taking care of others, or taking care of something larger than them. So even if they're single and they don't have any kids or they don't have a family, perhaps this is talking about their work. Maybe they have their own business, and so that's kind of what they're babying. Or maybe they're in charge of some kind of company or corporation. Or maybe they have their own business, and so that's kind of what they're babying. Or maybe they're in charge of some kind of company or corporation.